Okay, so like the video stopped and then we have to restart. So
We're back.
I think we're at the spot where we could do like part 1 and part 2.
That'd be so amazing.
This is part.
Okay.
This is part 2.
Two.
Part 2. So we were just at the point where I told you chose dope over your son,
Yep.
and that went over.
Yep.
How was that?
I was really angry at you and Sydney.
Yeah,
And-
Cindy.
Okay.
Yeah.
I still can't say her name. But I was very angry and I wasn't listening to her at all. And then Randy, I looked into his eyes and I remember I told him to stop looking at me because it was like he was looking into my soul. And it was just, it was crazy. And I was able to, I don't know, recognize and come into reality. That was on October 31st or the 1st of November. I don't remember. But it was just right around there because I went out trick-or-treating or something. And
That's right. You weren't supposed to go trick or treating. Like, I'm gonna go trick or treating. I said, you messed up. You can't go trick or treating.
Yep.
What do? You go trick or treating.
Yep. I went out and I broke the rule. I was on restrictions. I was gone for like, I don't know, like 4 hours with my mom. But I got my phone taken away. I was on restrictions. I started following the rules and I realized what I did, what I've caused. But that was like, I needed somebody to be able to be real with me and not beat around the bush and tell me lies and tell me that I'm this good mom when I wasn't. You know, I was a good mom for when I was there, but I would only be there once a month, whatever.
Uh-huh.
You know, see him on the weekends. I'd buy him clothes, so if that's being a good mom, buying him what he needs.
So it's all what your perception
Yeah.
of being a good mom was. Then
Yeah.
you're like, okay,
Mhm.
then that's a good mom.
I don't want to be that kind of good mom. I wanted to be the good mom that I was before I started using drugs again. You know, I was taking care of him every day. You know, I would buy him whatever he needed. I was with him every single day, every moment of the day.
Your
But-
son.
Yeah. But then when I started using drugs, he was just at my mom's all the time. I barely ever saw him. So I'd be too high, I'd forget. I didn't want to go over there when I was messed up. I would never see him.
So in fact, okay, so when you have kids and you're
Mhm.
here, you can have them come and stay.
Mm-hmm. And it's
So
wonderful.
it started out when he would come and stay
Mhm.
for
I did.
for a day. How was that getting like reunited? Because I know that was.
It was hard. I thought that maybe he would forget me, and I didn't know how to deal with it because I had him when he was 3 months old, and my mom had him since then till now, and I didn't know any of his behaviors. I didn't know what he needed. I don't know his daily routine. My mom would write me a list or whatever, and now I got a hang of it of what he does on the weekends at least, you know. But we still got to transition into everyday life with each other, and he knows that I'm his mommy, and that makes him happy when he sees me. He gets really sad if I have to work on a weekend and he doesn't get to see me. So.
And what about his biological dad? Is he out or in or?
No, he's out totally. He has nothing to do with him. He hasn't really seen him ever since he's been a baby. And that was the best option for both of us because of the abuse and drug use and he being neglected.
So if you change, that doesn't mean somebody else is going to change.
No, and you can't rely on that because that's just like toxicness, and I would have just ended up dead.
Why do you suppose people keep going back to toxic environments?
Because that's what they know. That's what like their stability is. Like they can be okay in a good situation, but then it gets uncomfortable, so like they run away, and they need that toxicness to feel. That's what they feel like they're good enough for. That's what they let their levels be up.
So that's their standard.
That's their standard, yeah.
And that works. So then they don't know how to get out of it. So then that's just the way it is.
Yeah, like I used to not have no standards at all, and yeah, it's bad, you know. But my standards now, you know, you gotta be respectable. You gotta be real with yourself. You have to be good. You know, to be a good person, you can't be on drugs.
So you mentioned back when you got here in October, we're recording this in June of 2016.
Mm-hmm.
You got here back in October of 2015, that you broke the rules and you went out trick-or-treating, and then what happened as a consequence? I guess what I'm getting at is, why do we give so much space for people to either make mistakes or learn or grow? Why?
Because it's either going to be one or the other. I'm either going to fail or I'm going to succeed. Just like God gave you the, what is it called? Gave you the option to choose right from wrong. What is that called? I don't remember what it's called.
I think it's called the option to choose.
Whatever.
Right?
Okay. But you know, like you gave us that option, you're giving us that option. No one can force you to do what you want. Being in a 28-day program, you know, what are they going to give you? A packet to solve your anger? You can't do that. You need God. You need to have somewhat rules, but you need to be able to do it on
You
yourself.
need to set your own.
Yeah, you need to set your own standards.
And you
your
need to
own
know how to
rules.
do those things.
Otherwise, you can't be an adult.
If it's not coming from you, who's it going to come from? Parents, the law?
Mhm.
Who's going to tell you what to do? It's
You-
got to
yeah.
come from you.
You're going to end back in the same spot that you were.
So, is there anything, what are some things you got to work on still?
I got to work on... What do I got to work on? I have so much stuff I've already worked on. I have to work with my patience, I think.
Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yep. I mean, I kind of get angry. I don't understand things right away, too. If I'm like, sometimes I'll think that I perceive it wrong.
Uh-huh.
But
Then what do you do for a job now?
I'm PCA
You're a personal care
assistant.
assistant?
Yep.
So don't you have to have a lot of patience to do that?
Yeah.
How can you have so much patience for that, yet need to develop patience?
I don't know. I feel they can't take care of themselves. So I don't know. It's like I'm a big mommy, and I think that's what I missed out on being with Jax, you know? So
Uh-huh.
it's like I get to take care of big old babies all the time. Every
So,
day.
Work on patience. Don't
Mhm.
pray for it because you'll obviously get it. Trying to think of anything else. What are you going? What are you going to do now? Now it's been 8 months. You know, you're a different person. Where are we going? What are we doing?
Well, I'm gonna move out and I'm gonna go back to college. So I have to go to do my GED first, but going to college.
You gonna get out of school? I was just thinking about when we signed you up for school. Like, well, I thought, okay, she needs something to do with this in the middle of winter.
Yep.
So you need something to do. Let's get her into school. So we took you down there. We signed you up for school, and they knew who you were down at the alternative school. And then, how long did that last?
2 days. I was there for 2 days. I got all my packets for that semester and all the homework I needed, and I finished it, and I didn't go back.
Why?
I don't know. I lost my motivation to go when I was 16, so it's just like I didn't want to deal with anybody there.
So what makes you think you can do it now? Go back to school.
Because I have a drive and I know that I'm past that.
So you actually grew beyond
Yeah.
what you were doing.
Yeah, I can't cut myself short just because of the bad things that have happened to me.
So you can't rely on the past as a judge for your future.
Yeah.
I think I've heard that somewhere before.
I think maybe in class. I don't know.
All right, so we're just about out of time.
Yep.
If there's anything you'd want to say to someone coming into the program, or what is the one thing you have to do in order to succeed here?
You have to be real with yourself and be able to get outside of your comfort zone, and you got to keep pushing and pushing and pushing until you feel that breakthrough. You got to keep pushing and got to be able to be real with yourself.
I think that's real.
It is.
Well, once again, I'm really happy you showed up, happy you were here.
Mm-hmm.
Sad to see you go, but that's what this is all about.
Yep.
Where you get what you need and learn and grow, and then get out and enjoy life, because it's beyond just getting sober.
Mm-hmm.
It's enjoying life. It's having a full life. It's having a full life in God, letting God work through you and live through you. So this is kind of fun. We got to do 2 parts.
Yep. I think people have to also remember when they first come in here, there's going to be a really angry part where you just want to leave, and you got to push through that, because it's just stuff, your body just wanting to push away and go back to what you are used to. But after you get through that, it's like you're on this high point where you just ride up on a rocket, and it's perfect.
All right.
Oh.
Last thing. That's it. God bless.
That's it. Bye.
Bye.
That worked.